All right, and we're live.
Hey,
Hey everyone!
can you hear us?
Yeah, give us a short feedback so we know if everything works.
Yeah, welcome once again to our live stream. So nice that you could join us.
There's already people saying hola. Hey Tina. Hey Radka.
Hi.
All right. Yeah, Harsh. Harsh is there again. Hey Harsh.
How's everyone doing?
So let me explain you a bit how this works with the comments. So for those of you who haven't been on a live stream before, on the bottom right you have your comment section, and you can ask us questions all the time. So we will try to explain, do our best, and you can type your answers, you can type your questions, and I will be checking them. And yeah, we'll do our best to answer whatever you have. So, all right, HRZ, whatever that stands for, is there again. Hey there, nice to see you. Michael Proctor, Pau, Klaus Hermann, hi. Hi Klaus, nice to have you here.
Klaus.
Kriti, and yeah, so this is great to hear you. So Pau from Barcelona and Michael from Phoenix, Arizona. Where's the rest of you from? We're really interested to see where our viewers are tuning in from. Hi Blaž, nice to see you there. And yeah, this video is basically going to stay online. People are asking.
Yeah, sure. It's gonna stay online. But today, what we're gonna do another video, which is gonna be a bit more in depth, but still like really short one. So if you want to get the condensed version, we're gonna do a video about it as well.
And if you want to check this out later or check our other streams that you might have missed, you can check them also. They'll just stay on our YouTube channel for you to repeatedly look at.
Yes.
So
one additional thing is that Gasper, maybe you could just post our Gumroad link, because we prepared for you another PDF for today. What we're gonna do, this watercolor mixing chart. We prepared a free PDF that you can download and use it like a preset, as something that you can use afterwards. Of course, today we're going to start from scratch. We're going to do our own. We're going to make it with pencil first, and then we're going to do the coloring inside. But still, maybe for later on. And of course, it depends if you can print it out or not at all. So I understand we're a bit late, but still better than nothing. Better be prepared.
Can you explain what this chart is about and what we'll be doing today?
Yeah, maybe the best thing is that I show you a few things. First of all, today we're gonna do a watercolor mixing chart, and when I was diving into topic of watercolors, I figured out that at home I have a few pairs of watercolor sets, and the thing is that I usually use just a few of those colors, or maybe mix just the primary colors together to create, for example, with blue and with yellow, I created some sort of green, and then I mixed a bit more yellow and a bit less blue, and then I created different tones of green. But the thing is that I never knew if I should buy additional tones, additional shades of aquarelle, or what's actually possible. And then when you see the videos online, you're asking yourselves, wow, these amazing colors, did they bought those colors? Like, were they pre-mixed before, or did they create them by themselves? And of course, person who can do really nice aquarelles, they do it on their own. They know, they have this skill, and they know their watercolor palette, and that's why they make it. And that's why I did one for myself, and I was amazed what I created with my own. So it's basically, it's not this palette. Today I'm gonna use different one, but it was like palette with 12 colors. You can see here, if you would count, it's like 12. And with 12 colors, I created so many tones. And that surprised me a lot.
So yeah, we were thinking like probably people are at home, maybe they have like a small watercolor set. Maybe you have just something like this, you know, something you have still
from the school,
from school times, or
yeah,
from your
childhood.
kids or whatever.
Yeah,
and
sure, from your kids.
Yeah, you don't need anything special, anything professional, but still with just a couple of colors you can create a lot of it. And today we'll look at how you can get the most out of your own watercolor palette.
Yeah, so I will say that today's exercise will gonna last. It's gonna take us around half an hour. If you want to do the big version, like for your whole palette, then you're gonna need around 2 hours. And because I didn't want you to sit here in front of us for such a long time, I decided that we're gonna do the shorter version. And then, of course, if you want, you can start doing something like this right away, and you just fill it up later on when you have time. Or you can stick with us through the process and just, yeah, choose a few colors and try it out. And then later on, you can decide if that's something for you or not. So, yeah.
All right, Sonia. So, what should people prepare?
Okay, so then I'm gonna put this to the side. What you'll need is a sketchbook or a piece of paper, preferably 140 grams or above.
Yeah, this basically every sketchbook paper will have this this weight.
Yeah.
If you have like normal paper for printing, it's probably a bit thin. Try to look for as thick paper as possible.
Yeah.
Like if you have it at home. Else, stick with the normal paper. Maybe you have a lot of toilet paper at home. People have a bunch of those right now.
Yeah, that's one thing. And then, yeah, so paper. Or you can also use mixed media paper. Usually, if you don't know which paper to take, and you're just like in between, like so many choices, the best way is just to go with mixed media paper, because this works usually for different kinds of media. Okay, so yeah, sketchbook. Let's stick to the paper and continue with paper towels. I suggest, yeah, you can have a few, or I took 2 that I'm gonna need. And then, of course, you're gonna need your watercolors, a brush, and a pencil.
Yeah.
2 glasses of water.
Yeah, you can go and fill those up if you haven't already prepared a glass of water.
Yeah, and a plate. And I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do with it. That's my technique. You can use, of course, just the surface here on this side, but I figured out for me it's much better and easier if I use additional plate.
Yeah, the plate will be a surface for mixing colors later. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. And of course, yeah, if you want, this is how the mixing chart looks if you get a free PDF.
But yeah, we didn't expect you to like now print it out at home or something.
Yeah.
You can use it for later, but don't worry. This we will do now. We will draw it by hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you haven't missed anything.
So yeah, that's basically it. I think we can start.
All right, let's start. Sonia will set up. And
are you ready, or are we too fast? Are you still picking your stuff and searching for your aquarelle palette?
So Tina said she's already done. Remidos, I think you can set up everything. I'll just read the comments.
Okay.
Remidox, hi, back to Czech Republic. Then India, Kolkata, nice to see you there.
Hi.
They really like your color palette,
Thank
apparently. Okay, HRZ are the name initials. Okay, don't tell us what they really are. Oh, now someone from Delhi, New Delhi or Delhi, yeah, India. Another one from India. Wow. Okay, hello Isidore. Nice to see you. And Peter. Okay, so Peter doesn't have any watercolors and just, you know, chilling around, I guess. Peter, you can do that. Anyone who doesn't have any watercolors can just chill around. Whoa, Sonia, we just got we got a donation. Wow,
Thank
thanks a
you.
lot.
Who is
Okay,
it from? Tell
it's from
me.
Isidor, and
Wow, Isidore, thank you very much.
yeah,
We appreciate
we
it.
appreciate it. Thank you. Mm.
Yeah, we give kisses to those who give us a super chat.
So what just happened is below your chat box there is also like a small dollar sign, and if you click that, it's the so-called super chat, and you can write something and in the same time give us a certain amount, a certain donation, and all the donations we get we will use to improve the quality of our videos. We'll use to produce more videos for you, and we are always grateful for all the support. So thanks a lot. Leon is here. Hello, Leon Brachun. Hi.
Hi, Leon.
Okay, great. So I will be switching now to another view.
Yeah.
All right. Can you guys see this well?
Okay, so maybe I should put this one a bit more to the side so that everyone can notice. Okay, so this is how I position everything on the table. Of course, in front of me I have the sketchbook, and of course you can use a piece of paper as well, like a normal one. But I decided to use my first paper or my last paper in my sketchbook to do this watercolor chart, because it's something I will carry around all the time and it's gonna be very useful. That's why I want to have it like in the background, in the back of my sketchbook, so I can see the colors and how I mixed everything together. So this is where I'm gonna start drawing. And then of course you need 2 glasses of water. I don't know if you heard about it, but in your watercolor palette you have like really bright tones like yellow, orange, and maybe red counts also. And then you have the darker tones. And if you want your water to be clear as possible, you can use 2 glasses of water and separate the lighter tones and then the darker tones. And because if I use the darker water or the water that is stained with darker tones and go to yellow, you will see the undertone of this tone that I used before. Yeah, that's why you need 2 glasses of water. Okay, and now I would like to ask you to pick 5 of your favorite tones, 5 of your favorite colors.
Yeah, don't pick too many, else we'll be doing this for 2 hours.
Yeah, I suggest 5.
It's fine, you can do it also later and expand it, but yeah, go for your favorite ones. And they can be from one color section, like, 5 different natural looking colors, or they can be totally wild, picked from the whole color spectrum,
Yeah.
Pick from the yellows to the blues to the greens and reds.
Okay, so I'm gonna choose, also blue and a green.
All right. So it's like a natural landscape with a nice sky palette, maybe?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, so yeah, that's my choice. That's what I picked, and I won't be needing this, so that's why I'm gonna just put it to the side. And first of all, when you pick your colors, now we know that we have like 5 of them, and now we're gonna start creating our watercolor chart. For this exercise, I suggest that we just use our free hand, and we're gonna do a square or just lines, and within that square we're gonna create a grid. And what we're gonna do is just
5 by 5 grid?
5 by 5 grid.
All right.
So I'm gonna do the first 2 lines, this, and then I'm gonna do like a thumb. That's my measurement. Like I will take my thumb.
Tina said
my finger.
Tina is saying her fingers are already colored. This is very good. This is a sign of a true creative. Your hands are basically covered in paint all the time.
And usually the good quality pigments. So, okay, so what I started to do as well is I created a small gap between the 2 lines, because I don't want the squares to stick together, because we're gonna do aquarelle technique, which means that the colors If they touch together, they will just bleed in between each other, and we don't want that. We just want to have those clear pigments and clear tones.
Yeah, you'll see right away when Sonia's done what she means. It's generally a good idea with watercolors to be careful not to mix different areas. So looking back into the comments here, Gewun Dominic, yeah, shout out to you. You asked for a shout out, you got one. So okay, Swag, hi again. Nice to have you back. Tina, I saw you got a cup of tea, and then I also saw you already got reminded not to mix your drinking water and your watercolor, especially if you're gonna use all the browns and your watercolors, water will be tea-like. And Julia is also here. She was with us also on Monday. Hey, Julia.
Hi, Julia.
Nice to see you again. Yeah, it can be messy, people, so this is no problem.
That's also a good exercise for just like hand practice, you know. When I'm working with my clients, that's one of the first exercises that we do, like this hand drawing exercise. How do you draw the lines? And here you can really practice a bit that the lines are staying just straight. And don't be too harsh on yourself.
So, we got Dominic, you asked again, how can you donate and contribute to our channel? So once again, if someone missed it, it's a feature called the Super Chat. So below your chat window, there is like a small $sign which you can click on and then choose an amount and yeah, click on it, and then basically it will lead you forward and you are able to donate us whatever from €1 on. And yeah, we're glad for everything. It just goes into our video production.
Okay, so what I did here for you guys, so the first step is do a grid 5 times 5 squares.
All right, is everyone done with the grid? Let us know.
Let us know, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be super fancy. It doesn't need to be nice, just so we know. Yes, Tina paints with her tea often, accidentally. Yeah, we know the feeling.
Yeah, we do.
On Monday, for those who weren't there, we painted with coffee. I painted with coffee. It worked quite well. Yeah, it did.
Someone painted with soya.
Yeah, soy sauce.
With soy sauce, yeah, true.
Yeah, that was great. I found that a great idea. So sometimes you can, you know, while in quarantine, you must get creative. And we are also in basically at home all the time right now, working from home office. And yeah, I'm interested, how are you? Like, are you also basically in lockdown? Are you able to be at home? Are you, I mean, did you choose? Do you have to stay at home? We basically hope you're all safe and all of your close ones are also safe and you stay healthy.
Okay, are you ready for the next step? If yes, then just, I need a few shout outs, like a few yes.
Yeah,
and
they came. A few yeses came.
Okay, then we'll continue.
Yeah. Kriti just say just a minute, but I think you can start explaining, so.
Okay, so the second step is we picked our colors, we did the grid, so you have like a nice square, and the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna just, yeah, imagine that you're positioning colors like this in the row. And because, of course, for later on, you want to know exactly which colors you mixed together to create additional tones, you would want to go to the back side of the pen, and usually you have like written down the number or the name of the paint.
And if your watercolor palette doesn't have a name, like for example this one, the really basic one, right? Then come up with a creative name for your color. You know, like the first spring green or the tea brown or something even crazier. Quarantine purple.
Too healthy smoothie.
Yeah, the too healthy smoothie would be the go-to green version.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take the names and I'm gonna write them down here. So I'm gonna write them down beside the first column here in this area, and here in the upper part of the first row. So what I mean by that, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna write here 651 lemon.
So Michael is a teacher working from home, if I understood that, with Google Meetings. Is anyone else also a teacher or some kind of educator, and you have to basically connect with your students online? Yeah, Dexter, you don't have watercolors. Sorry to hear that, but next time we're also gonna do something else. But yeah, like I said before to someone else, you can just chill around and ask questions. You know, we can. It's basically also an interactive Q&A thing, so you can always just hang around. We're really glad to have you. So let's see what else is going on here in the comments. So Tina also suggested natural pigments challenge instead of watercolors. It will be interesting to see like what you have at home and what colors you can use, because many people are not gonna, you know, all the art supply stores are basically closed, at least in Europe, I would say. I think America might be joining soon. I don't know how is the rest of the world. How are your supply chains? But basically, if you don't order online, you cannot get stuff like that right now. So maybe we have to get creative. At least good that you have some paper and stuff at home and pens. These are the times where people really get creative. We notice, like online, a lot of interesting things are, you know, popping up, and I'm really enjoying the internet right now. I mean, just seeing how people get creative when they are a little bit bored. Sometimes boredom is good, right?
Yeah, post a few channels or something funny that you've seen in the last time. Maybe
or
we
something
can
creative.
share some creative, fun stuff between each other. Okay, so I did my part. I named all the areas, and as you can see, so I went from the first of all, I arranged my tones from like intense, like from brighter tones to more dark tones, because I want to have like some sort of harmony between those colors. And then I just wrote the names down, like I would position the colors like this. Zack. And then you can imagine that we're gonna, you need to write in this area, in the upper area, write the names again. Like you take the same,
you know what we mean, you know, the same sequence.
You take the same sequence and you use it again from the brightest tone to the darkest tone.
From lemon to green.
Yeah, the name of my green is Hooker's green, so yeah. Maybe I pronounce it differently.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Hooker's green. Okay.
I mean, okay. So we did that. The next step. Are you with me?
Yeah. If you have any questions at this point, be sure to tell us.
Okay, I think we're ready to start painting.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So now you're gonna just dip your brush into water. You're gonna take the first tone and you're gonna make a small dot below the name that you wrote for your first color, and you're gonna do it in the upper row, and then you're gonna do it under in the columns under the name for that color as well. And you're gonna repeat this process till the end.
So looking back at the comments, I found something interesting. So Peter said that he loved to see the time lapses of the drawings I did years back when I started putting videos online, and he was in high school and he enjoyed those videos. And yeah, it's a good idea, Peter, to do a live stream where we just draw basically. And this is also actually an idea that we're gonna do on Saturday, where we said these live streams in the times of this lockdown are gonna be 3 times a week. So every Monday we're gonna do a creative exercise, like we did last Monday. Every Wednesday we're gonna do like, you know, working on your skills, or like a certain skill like watercolors right now. Maybe we're gonna do some more watercolors. And on Saturdays we'll do something quite free. Basically, maybe we'll draw something together. Maybe it's just gonna be, you know, everyone get a piece of paper and just draw something, and you can ask us questions, like a sort of Q&A live. We'll see. It's gonna be much more relaxed, like Saturday vibe thing. So yeah, good idea. I think we'll definitely, yeah. Okay, heck yeah, Peter. Yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm glad we already have someone interested for that.
One thing that also interests me is we were discussing to do like a live sketch correction, because we're working with so many people, and what we're really good at is landscape architecture sketch. So landscape, cityscapes, maybe some scenes from
environment, scenes, nature,
and stuff like that. So tell us if you would be interested in something like that, because we would give you live corrections.
It would be basically a video like you can send us stuff already beforehand, whether on Facebook, Instagram, or just on our email, and then we can go through the stuff you have here live, and you know, we can like correct it, give our opinion, and give you feedback. So yeah, let us know. Would that be interesting as well? Because then we might also have an additional day in the week where we do something like that.
Yeah, maybe Fridays.
Yeah, love all the ideas, Brandon. Great. I'm glad you liked them. And another greeting from India. I think people are liking our upcoming plans. Yeah. Also the feedback. Apparently, the feedback video apparently would be a popular one.
Okay.
Okay, someone just wants to trick their friends with watercolor instead of tea. So let me ask, you want to like give them watercolors to drink, or do you want to give them tea to paint? Explain. Okay, so sweet potato chips sends a lot of hearts. So sweet potato chip, we send you hearts back.
Like this and this.
Yeah, lots of hearts and kisses.
Yeah. So
Sonia, what are you doing right now? Yeah.
Well, you were chatting and I just started to going further on. The next step that you're gonna do, you're gonna paint the diagonal of our square. So everywhere where the row and the column cross, you're gonna get the pure color, right? You're gonna get, in my case, you're gonna get here, I'm gonna get the lemon, here I'm gonna get gamboge. So when I'm gonna cross this line and this line, here I'm gonna create cobalt color. And because I know this color won't change in addition, because I'm not gonna mix any additional colors beside it, I can color those tones in already. So that's what I'm doing right now. So the first step was to write the names down. Beside that, we just painted a few dots of original color. And then in the diagonal, you're gonna paint now the pure color, the same color that you used here beside the names.
All right. So Spricha, I hope we're not butchering the names, by the way. Maybe we are, but please excuse us.
And laugh with us.
And laugh with us. Yeah. So Spricha said it would be great to have the correction videos, because it's a big part of learning. Yeah, and I think so too. This is basically how I learned to draw as well. I mean, yeah, when I really went into it, it was a lot of, you know, professors telling you what to change, how to correct. And another interesting thing with learning, I think, is also copying. This is maybe not so not so obvious for many people right away, but like when you copy, actually really copy someone's work, you really go down to the strokes they made and to the smallest details, and only then you can really realize what they were thinking or what the ideas and thoughts behind the work were. So it's a great thing to get into someone's head basically and learn their technique.
Yeah.
All right, so how is everyone doing? How far have you come?
Are you with me? Are you following, or are we too fast? Tell us in the comments.
Idranil says, yep, go on.
Okay.
The rest of you? What I really like with this watercolor chart is I never realized actually how important it is to get to know your watercolor palette.
Yeah.
Because watercolors are something I never learned. I mean, it's something you really went deep into, I would say, in the last months.
I try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or I mean,
Well,
you learned way more about watercolors than I did.
yeah, for sure. Because yeah, that's something that interests me. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's like it's so interesting, right? And when you do something like this, you discovered like this is almost basic color knowledge that you never got. And that's why it's so exciting for me, because I have the feeling I'm rediscovering the whole new world around it. So that's why I'm so happy that more than 40 of you are joining us and trying to sketch with us or trying to create something like this.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
really appreciate it that you're with us.
Okay, so I would like to explain the next step. Afterwards, everything is almost self-explanatory.
Yeah, people are saying we can go on.
Okay, so so it's like this. You're gonna use the lemon shade in my case, and you're gonna apply it here, and then you're gonna mix it, and this color will be mixed with the colors from the columns, right? And I made it a bit easier for myself in a way that I used a bit more water, and I know that I'm gonna mix like this yellow color with additional yellow color here, and then I'm gonna mix lemon with the red one. So I know that I'm gonna mix 4 additional tones here. That's why on my plate I'm gonna do 4 yellow dots. Okay, and then I'm gonna wipe it out. I suggest that you take a paper towel and you wipe the additional color away, otherwise your water will get very dirty very fast. And then I'm gonna take the second tone that I'm gonna mix it with, so this one, Gamboyage, and I'm gonna mix it here. And this is the tone that it's creating. Try to get like an even portion of that color.
Like 50-50?
50-50. And then I'm gonna just color that in. Okay. And when I'm done, I'm gonna dilute the color. So I'm gonna take water so that it's gonna be very, very, yeah, like diluted. And I'm gonna color the square underneath. So you should imagine that here on the diagonal, we're gonna place a mirror and it's gonna reflect in the opposite side. So that means now we're gonna always do like one full color square and then one diluted version. So here I'm gonna do the red one, red yellow mixture, and then here I'm gonna do the diluted version of that tone.
What I think is amazing with this is that you actually, it's not only the pure colors that you mix that give you new colors, but also the water, the intensity. Like maybe if you had red and, you know, just watered it down, it will get more into pink. So basically you have the saturated half of the palette and then the desaturated, which is a whole new palette of tones. So this is quite
Yeah.
stunning with watercolors.
That's also one additional chart that you can do. There are like 4 or 5 different color charts that you can do. And one of them is also the one that Kasper just mentioned, where you can just do the intensity of one color, or you can mix some gray to it or black, and then you get just different tones of one color. That's also very, very interesting to do. Okay.
All right. So now you will be continuing to fill those?
Yeah.
All right. So how is everyone doing? Okay, Michael said he will watch now and do the same later. You can do that as well, of course. Don't feel stressed. I think people are following along quite nicely. Tina is going to post on Instagram the progress. You can gladly do that. You know, you can gladly share. With the more people, the merrier. We're really glad if you bring the knowledge out to as many people as possible. Especially in these times, I think it's valuable. If you're sitting at home, it's actually valuable to learn something new. It's a good time to start something new. So we're also trying to learn new things in the time that we have now extra. But most of all, we are producing content for all of you because we said this is the best thing we can give the world right now.
Yeah.
All of our knowledge. So that's why also the live streams have come right now. Okay. The watercolor sets include white. How does that mix? Does it make pastel colors?
Yes, it makes pastel colors and it looks amazing.
Yeah, white is amazing. This watercolor set that Sonia is using right now does not have white, but white, you can buy white. Some watercolor sets have white. For example, this quite childish one. Childish, I always call it childish, but yeah, it is a bit like, let's say, a school basic watercolor set. This one has white as well. And it does produce more pastel colors. Yeah.
If you show them the old color chart that I did, there's also pastel tone because I used the white as well.
Oh yeah, I will show you now how Sonia did the pastel. Also, she did also one pastel column. Ah yeah, there it is. So I'll show you right here. Can you show it?
Yeah, it's this row.
Yeah.
And you can really see the difference. Like this in this row, this is the pastel row, and it looks really nice.
Yeah. You know, pastel colors are in right now, in general, like in design and art. They've been quite popular for a couple of years now. But yeah, pastel colors are nice. We like them. Oh, Henning, hello. Great to see you also.
Hi, Henning.
Yeah, Beltran Erbauer also says hi. So someone has Winsor and Newton Cotman Cotman a 48 color set. Wow, this is amazing. This is one of the really good ones and big ones. Winsor and Newton is also the one Sonia is using now, I think. No?
I used it for the color chart that you just showed.
This is Daler and Roney. They all seem to have two names. Winsor and Newton, Daler and Roney, you know, Bonnie and Clyde. But we have a bunch of watercolor sets. Like this is one of our weaknesses. We keep buying art stationery. Maybe you have this weakness too. We cannot resist. When you see one, it's like, oh, I have to have it.
Yeah, but I think it's the same with, for example, if you're someone that likes to construct or build your own DIY furniture, you're gonna buy different kinds of equipment and stuff. You know, I think everyone has something like that.
Yeah,
I hope.
Everyone has a thing.
I hope.
Yeah. Same. Sweet potato chip has the same problem. Trishna, yeah, we will save this on our channel, this video. After it's finished, it just stays on our channel, uploaded as it is, and you can always access it, so don't worry. Also, all of you, feel free to ask us questions. Like, basically, I answer 100% of your questions, right? I mean, like, I really take my time to answer everything you send us on the email, on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. Where are we also on? Yeah, YouTube, of course, our main channel. So if you have any problems, any questions regarding, sometimes if I have time, Sonia and I will even sketch you something and send you back. So Also, always feel free to ask us stuff.
Yeah.
We're really
so
glad.
I moved to the second row, where I also prepared I prepared 3 dots in this color on the plate, and then I'm gonna start mixing in the other colors.
So if you have any questions right now, just write it in the comment section. In the comments, something came up, which is great. Right now, on Monday, we created a Facebook Linescapers group. So this is basically a Facebook group where everyone can join and post their work. And we encouraged everyone who did our workshop on Monday in the live stream to post their stuff when it's done in the Facebook group. So everyone else could see, and we commented on each other's work, and it was amazing. And right now I will post the link to that Facebook group so you can join if you're not already in there. And maybe just have to wait a couple of minutes so I can approve you in the group. But yeah, Peter just reminded us, thank you, Peter, that we have probably a couple of pending applications. So we will deal with that right now. And we're really glad for everyone who was here on Monday. The monsters came out so good.
Yeah, go check them out.
Yeah, go check them out,
Yeah.
the rest of you. And the video, the exercise is still online, so you can also do it. It's a nice creative exercise we did. So we're great with answering things on Instagram. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, we do our best. I think it's important to answer everything that comes your way, because this is we realize that all the viewers on the other side, all of you, you're also just like actually people who are waiting answers. And I know it's easy to forget that when you're interacting with internet and social media, that the person that someone on the other side of a comment is also a person that really wants to interact with you. And I try to have this in my mind always. Tina got lost. Where did you get lost? Like, too busy for questions, gotta draw the chart. Okay, good. Don't worry. Keep calm and paint on, right? And then Spricha, I apparently pronounced your name correctly, so I'm glad to hear that. And yeah, she has an interesting question. Pastel colors, when I add white, lead to a little chalky texture. How to avoid that?
I'm not sure that's possible, because white is not like a real color, right? You need to create it somehow. And the way they do it is they mix chalk in it. So that's why it's white. And usually, if your aquarelle colors are chalky, that means they have a lot of additional, not materials inside, ingredients inside, and through that, less pigment. So they are lower quality. So if you have like really intense colors and there's no residue when they dry down, that means your aquarelles are amazing quality. The more chalky they are, the lower the quality. That's usually the thing.
Usually, yeah. Okay, so let me find that Facebook group that I can post for everyone. This interesting thing with watercolors, I mean, when you're picking your set, it's always a question, which one is the best, or what should I get? Usually with watercolors, like, the more expensive, the better, unfortunately, because it just means they mix more pigment, and if they mix more pigment, it just costs them more to produce it, so that's why the price is more expensive in the end. But that's why also we're doing this thing right now, because it allows you to buy a smaller, watercolor palette, and then get a whole array of colors out of it. I mean, look at, Sonia just used 5 and got like 5 by 5, 25 minus 5, 20 plus 5. I don't know the math. I just probably butchered the math.
25.
25 different tones?
It's 25.
She got 25 different tones out of it, and basically just had 5 initial colors. So you don't have to go out and, just buy a lot. You can just really buy a couple and then mix the rest. Okay, so the Facebook group that you can join, and then please share your work is in the comments. I just posted it. I will approve all of you who are pending, and it would be great to see your work. We can, not just from the live streams, but in general, if you have questions, you can also post it there, because it's great for us to see what you are actually asking. And the best way to do that, it's basically over social media or send us an email. Sonia, if you could only use 3 of these colors ever again till the end of the world, or basically, you know, Corona is so bad, we're in here for 24 months, and you can just take 3 colors with you in the quarantine.
Yeah.
Peter wants to know which 3.
I would take the basic ones, because I would take the yellow, red, and the blue, because with those I can mix green. I can create green, I can create orange, which is my favorite color. Yeah, you know, it's like 3 colors, and with those you can create everything. Like, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 colors?
3 colors.
And you're good. Yeah, basically this
yellow,
is actually true.
red, and blue.
What is your favorite color? Let us know in the comment. I'm really interested, because Sonia talks a lot about her favorite, the orange red kind of coral, right? That's her favorite, and mine has been blue for a long time, and recently I'm really starting to like yellow, like a yellow, a bit of, not the lemon yellow. I don't like the cool yellow. I really like the warm yellow color recently. I'm really, fell in love with it. And what's yours? It's an interesting question, I think. Payne's Gray. All right. Someone just came for the painting and stayed for the dark comedy. Yeah, well, I'm glad you like our sense of humor. And so, okay, so the favorite colors are coming in. Check it out. Red, the color of love and anger. Ooh. All right, Michael. So definitely color of emotions. 2 pretty, contradicting emotions, or not. You can be in like a love-hate relationship. Happens.
Not so separate, right?
Yeah. Blue turquoise is also HRZ's favorite. Hey, HRZ, if you're fine with me calling you HRZ, else we just tell me how I'm supposed to call you. But blue turquoise, all right. So Linen is green, and Peter, okay, it's not a favorite color. He saw a video recently about cyan and magenta yellow are the real primary colors. Thoughts? Okay, so cyan, is it cyan or cyan? Cyan, you know which one we mean. So everyone probably knows. This is the basically CMYK color scheme. So the real basic colors are cyan, magenta, and yellow. Sonia, thoughts on that?
Yes. Well, yeah, sure. I mean,
it is, I think it is true.
Yeah. I mean, this is what we learned in color theory, right?
Yeah. So basically, when we say red and blue, we basically mean cyan.
Yeah.
And magenta.
Yeah.
Interesting fact about magenta that I learned recently is that basically magenta does not exist as a wavelength. Did you know that?
Wow.
Like magenta color as a color, the one we see as magenta, which you might see here, is basically not an existing wavelength that our eye could perceive. Rather, what magenta is a complete lack of the green wavelength spectrum. So whatever is magenta is definitely not green. And this is how our brain basically processes this fact. So not green, if there's no green wavelength in it, then it comes out as magenta. So just more coming in. Ali, hello, hi to you. And burnt carmine is Tina's favorite hue. she's not sure what carmine is, but it's definitely burnt. It's like slightly baked carmine, or it's like, oh, slightly baked would be probably too bright, so you have to burn it to get it like 250 degrees burnt. Like you know, you let it in the oven 10 minutes too long, burnt carmine. Okay.
Yeah. What else?
Yellow. So sweet potato
Bright
also likes
orange.
yellow.
Oh, we have orange lovers. Yes.
And maroon. So your basically watercolor chart is done.
Yes, I'm finished.
You're fertig.
I'm fertig. Yeah.
We're fertig.
Yeah.
We're mixing German and English in Slovene a lot.
Yeah. But this is how it is.
Living trilingual.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's our life.
Because we talk Slovene to each other. We
Yeah.
talk German to our friends here in Berlin, and you know, when we're interacting with clients or at work, and we talk English with the internet, with
Yeah.
you.
And then the side product is that we invent a lot of different words that don't exist in certain language. Like German has some. I think they need a few additional words that we invented. It won't make any sense if we start now discussing what it is, but yeah, we had a few very funny moments with our German friends. Yeah, who explained afterwards that those words don't even exist. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah, how do your watercolor charts look like?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Is it done? Are you finished? Are you through with it? There is one more question. How do you dilute watercolors usually? Do you add white or add white? I would say probably do you add white or add water?
Yeah.
Harsh, you probably meant that.
Yeah.
So how do you dilute them usually?
With water, of course. I mean, it's watercolor, right? So now if you do one additional chart, we would take, for example, the red tone, and then we would start like with strong intensity, and we would just start and do like basic color with a strong color here, and then we would dilute it a bit and yeah, draw another line, and then dilute that color and draw another line, and for that you would get like really like a good chart of how one color can be diluted.
And what is the difference if you would add white to that color instead of adding water?
Well, I forgot the words. You know, this
opaqueness or okay.
hue saturation.
Exactly, lightness.
Yeah.
So if you add white, the difference is you will be basically you might get similar. First of all,
so if you dilute the color, you will get transparent color.
Yes. If you dilute it with water. If you mix it with white, you will get opaque. Also, more and more light colors, similar to the water mixed ones, but they will be opaque, so they can cover other stuff underneath. This is important to know with watercolors. Okay. All right. So, any questions? Where in Berlin do we live? Oh, the cheese melter. The cheese melter lived in Berlin for 10 years in Kreuzberg and misses it. And then we have to have Turkish tea at Smyrna for me. All right, the cheese melter. Let me tell you, we live in Kreuzberg as well.
Where's Smyrna?
And there are a lot of. Is Smyrna like a type of a Turkish cafe? Because there's a lot of Smyrna named places around here. But we do go to a certain one in Kreuzberg where we buy our roasted nuts. So, yeah. Okay, so people are enjoying their charts. And Vincent is here. Vincent, really glad to have you here.
In basic colors.
So he finds that the watercolor paints are not created equal. Some are very thin indeed. And is saying hi from Ireland. Oh, Vincent, we didn't know you're from Ireland.
Nice to have you.
Nice to have you. Yeah, they are different indeed because they have a different amount, which we explained before, of pigment in them. So if you buy higher quality of watercolors, they will have way more pigment in them. They will also be more expensive, but they you will need basically more water to dilute them.
And there's also one additional thing that I don't know which colors did you choose for your watercolor chart, but for example, in your watercolor palette, you have different tones. And for example, brown colors, these are mixtures of different tones, right? Here inside is probably a bit of green, a bit of red, and then maybe some additional tones like maybe a bit yellow. And through that, this color came to be. And through that, it means this color is not clear anymore. It has so many undertones that it's not clear. And usually if you get like muddy colors, that means that this color has so many undertones that everything what you will mix to this color will look a bit muddy. So if you're trying to create new colors or new tones, try to start with like basic tones and then try to mix some additional tones to it. Don't try to mix like, I don't know, like this red to brown one or something. Yeah, that's something that you need to consider.
All right.
So that can influence that as well, if it looks a bit chalky or not just as it should.
All right, so cheese melter, yeah, Smyrna Kuryemish is on the Oranienstraße, and there is also one in our near vicinity, and we go there a lot. So thanks for the tip. We know it. Okay, so does anyone have any other questions? We've came to the end of our exercise.
Yeah.
And I will once again post the link to our group. So if you have Facebook, you can really gladly join in the group. And please, please, please share your work there so we can see what all of you have created.
Yeah.
And comment on each other's stuff. If you have Instagram, you can like us on Instagram, and you can tag. You can post your story, post a story and tag us with your color palette, with your color chart, and we will see it. It will be great to see what you came up with. Yeah. And you can always use hashtag Lionscapes, so we will find it as well through that.
Yeah, for the end, I would like to say that don't forget to write beside your watercolor chart the name of the brand you're using. So if you have multiple color watercolor sets, that you won't mix them between each other, so that you know, okay, this color set will create this color palette, color chart.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next time we see each other, it's going to be Saturday, and we will post again on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, the exact time where we'll be doing it. It might probably be the same time as now, but we might also check. Okay, yeah, thanks. That's way better. And we might also try out different times. I don't know, how is this working for you? You can also let us know if this time right now, I mean, obviously you're here, so it's working. It's not working for everyone down in Australia and Indonesia. Yeah, thank you, Klaus. Thanks that you joined us as well. The rest of you as well. Really glad that you stopped by and took time to do something creative during this time.
Yeah, and of course, as always, we hope you learned something new, right?
Yeah, and like we always say, keep on drawing.
And see you next time.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.